Hello, my name is Julia. Today we are going to be going through inversions. I'm excited to share with you all my knowledge of how we can invert our bodies to get our heads below our feet. And if you think about it, when you walk around in your day-to-day lives, when you wake up and you sit up from bed and you go to work or do your thing, a lot of times our heads are above our feet and we breathe in this really upper respiratory region of our lung space. And so when we invert, it causes us to take deeper breaths to really get into the lung space that are deep so that we can lower our cortisol, our stress response, and we can focus on our breath, remembering to breathe, and that we can also pump and produce more endorphins and serotonin. So I hope that this video allows you to feel better throughout your day, to take a step back, shift your perspective a little bit, and to also remember that if any time that you feel stressed or you need a nice pump of energy, that getting upside down could be your best option, even more than the cup of coffee. Okay, so ready, Abby? We're gonna just set you off to the side, little one. She's like, I need to pick me up too. And we're gonna just begin by doing maybe a seated cat-cow. So you can wrap your hands onto your knees and take a nice deep breath, level the shoulders over the knees, and then pull the chest through, just saying hello to the spine. And then exhale, curving down so that the chin comes to chest. Just really awakening it any way that you can stretch or feel, thinking about how pets, when they get up from whatever they're doing or whenever they shift, they usually take a nice luxurious stretch and just feel freedom and to move your body. Then when you're ready, we're gonna get to our inversion of our headstand through a pose called Dolphin. And it's very much the same way that you can envision a downward dog, except we're gonna be on our elbows instead of our hands. But I really want you to focus on rooting into the elbows and pushing the ground away rather than dumping into the shoulders and rounding out the back. So we don't want any cat poses. We really want the cow poses. So Abby, I'm going to gently reposition you right there. Does that sound okay? Okay, good. Okay, you're so sweet. So when you prepare for your dolphin, you want your shoulders and elbows, hi, thank you. And you want to push the ground away. And then notice how it feels to bring your head down. Sorry, Abby. Oh, okay, good. And allow the head to come inside this little socket where your elbows are. So when your head's down, you can slowly begin to lift your knees. Don't feel like you have to come up real high. You can keep the knees towards the nose, but just feel how your head, top of your head, feels on the ground. What we'll do here with your shoulders, we'll roll forward like where the crown of your head is and then to your hairline. So back and forth. And then maybe just to back a little bit more. When you're in your headstand, you're actually not placing any weight onto the top of the head. You're using your shoulders and your elbows to push the mat away. So we'll try again. Little baby. There you go. You good? Okay. Spread your fingers wide. Let the head and neck go. Notice the rotation of your shoulders, so you're pushing the mat away. Lift the hips, walk the feet closer towards the knees, or toes towards the face. Notice that your shoulders, there's a difference between dumping and lifting. So do that as many times as you need. And there are two types of handstands. There's the forearm stand where you're actually not putting any weight onto your head, and then the traditional headstand is when you interlace your fingers. So there's another video series where I interlace my fingers quite frequently, which is the Happy Hips, Happy Heart. I welcome you to move through that sequence to loosen up the hips, to feel a little bit more energy before we get upside down, or you can just go ahead and do these as much as you like, the Dolphin series. So you'll interlace your fingers, make a nice little cup. That's going to be for the back of your head, almost to where my ponytail is located now. So as you're here, And I also welcome you to use a wall for extra support. You can take your finger interlace. This is actually perfect for my thumb. Use my elbows to push the mat away like a tent and lift my hips. Cradle your head back into the fingertips and notice that you can bend one knee into the chest and up, working on this in your core, and then lower. Take nice deep breaths. Notice that my breath has gotten short because everything is compact. Once I lift my toes, the energy can flow. So notice too that my ears are by my shoulders. I'm lifting them away. Inhale, bend the knees, use your core, and then lift whenever you're ready. I'm going to move through some stages first so that I can build my core. Take some nice deep breaths. Roll the shoulders. Feel the core engage. All right, so here as we're in Dolphin, 3 major factors to think about is pushing the ground away with the elbows, leveling the shoulders over the elbows, and then getting the hips to want to level over the shoulders and the elbows. So as we're here, I welcome you to do this as much as you can. And notice that my breath still is a little bit short and choppy, and it causes a lot of strength in the legs, the shoulders, and the elbows. So I'm just gonna take a moment here in my child's pose, reground, recenter, soften. So notice when I was here, everything was really tight and loose and flexible, and then you just relax over the legs. And then I'm going to slowly come up and just flush all that energy out. I'm just going to come high up onto the legs and maybe widen out my stance. Take a few chest openers. And so I want you to know that for me to talk through the actual process of learning how to do a headstand, it requires so much energy from actually communicating and talking that I truly believe that if I did it to demo here just in front of you without speaking, I could do it. But I was noticing that a lot of the, oh my goodness, this is challenging, this is hard, was coming up for me. And I hope that maybe this could be a relative talking point for y'all, because anytime I do something new or feel like I can't do something, my first thing that happens is my heart rate starts to go up. The blood level goes to my head. I don't think I can think straight. I start hearing all these naysayers and this chatter in my mind of not being able to do something. And this is a great opportunity to push past it. So I'm going to actually take off my hairband and just set it to the side here, and then show you a headstand of what I mean of aligning everything so as the way that it'd be straight when you're in an actual stance, and that Tadasana, that strong posture that you have when you start off many yoga classes. I'm going to show you a headstand, and I'm going to do it without speaking and then go through the talking points with you, just to prove that when you're doing something that's new, when you're upside down, that it does require a lot of energy and a lot of focus. So take a deep breath, roll the shoulders, feel the expansiveness of your collarbone. Remember to remove the elbows and the shoulders away from your ears, and then make that nice little nestle of a head, cup, and then lift the hips. Level the hips over the shoulders and head. Lift the knees. Notice that my tailbone is tucked here. Tailbone is up towards the heels. Lift the legs. Feel the core pull up and in. Take a nice deep breath. Push the ground away with your elbows. Woo. If you need to come down, you can. Use a wall for the back part of your heels to have that nice extra support. When you're done, come out slower than I did so that you can really allow that equilibrium of your blood flow. Take a nice deep inhale. Maybe you lift the hips, push the hips forward, get an opposite extension of balance. Feel the glutes pull up and in. And then allow yourself to come back down. Do this as many times as you need. Sometimes it's nice to put a blanket or a pillow down where your head is going to rest. But remember, you're not dumping into your head. You're using your elbows to push the ground. You're using your fingers to pull into the head to align that neck. Let's do it one more time and I'll show you. And then we'll go back through just the fundamentals. Head, crown of head, eye gaze towards toes, softening everything, the broadening of the shoulders, pulling the legs in, tiptoeing like Cinderella. This is good too. Maybe you widen your feet. Pull the belly in, be strong and straight. And then come down. I too think that I stopped breathing there for a moment. But now that I'm back up, I feel just so much better because I'm taking nice deep breaths into that lower realm of my lung space, like I said. And then take a nice deep inhale as you lift up, letting your hips lead, pushing the hips forward, and then coming back down. Whew. Be careful on your body to eliminate any potential of lightheadedness. Move slow. Yes, nice stretches, Abby. And then move through that process at any time. You can have the creativity to sequence when you want to do your dolphin. Maybe you come into a child's pose, you come through, you lift up through your knees, get a nice heart opener, and then you go through that again multiple times. And then when you feel ready, you can level your shoulders over your elbows, push the ground away, then level the hips over those other two elements, and then walk your feet closer towards your face, and then pull the knees in like a tight little ball. I don't know if you've done a cannonball, but that's the feeling. And then shoot the legs up slowly or quickly up towards the air, but then that forces you to have to really have a tight core. So there's no loose core engagement when you do any type of inversion. It's all about engaging the core, pushing the mat away, almost like how you are in that Tadasana, that strong pose, where it looks easy, but really everything's engaged. So the reason why we're going through inversions is that there are three major styles and their benefits. You have legs up a wall when you just allow your ankles and your feet to just come up against the wall as you recline back, and that helps the blood flow to reverse in a way that loosens the tightness and the energy in the thighs and calves and the feet and the legs all into the hips. And then of course you have the headstand and then the handstand. So there are multiple other variations of those three types of inversions, but any of those I welcome you to try out, play around with. Notice that it's completely natural for you to feel short of breath, a little anxious about it, and then you can just go in the way that you think of a lake or a body of water. You kind of gradually go in, or you cannonball, but either way you learn something from it, and just think about how you feel after. And then I'm going to slowly lift my feet up towards the sky. Allow my feet and my toes to open, yogi toes. If ever a time you just want to rest your knees or your heels onto something like a box, what you're doing is you're reaping all the energy that roots down into our feet and allowing it to come through and process through our spleen and liver, and just get our knees above our head. I welcome you to stay here for as long as you need, almost allowing the energy to hover over the forehead, getting some nice circles with the toes, back and forth flexing. Maybe inhale, reach the arms up, get a nice big stretch. See this nice 90-degree angle with the body, very much like a downward dog would be. but the feet this time are up towards the sky. Feeling the shakes in my legs. And then pull the knees in towards the chest. Roll out the back of the head onto the mat. Maybe pull one knee in, extend the other. Then reverse, pedaling them out, feeling as if you were biking, and then extend for the final last moment. And then it often feels good for me to roll out that lower lumbar spine right where the hip bone and the booty meet. There's just this nice little curve, and I like to roll side to side, back and forth, forward, circulating out the hip, massaging myself from the floor, the hardness of the floor, against almost like a foam roller, and then slowly come up. Do I look shiny and new? Because I feel shiny and new. I feel so much better. I was a little bit low on energy earlier from the beginning of this class, and now I just feel like I have newfound sense of energy. I hope this helped you as well, and you know you can find this along with any other of my classes on our series, and you can find it on wellnessplus.tv or Amazon. I wish you well. I wish you balance, strength, and the perspective that you can change anything that you need in a heartbeat by just going upside down or getting your feet above your hips. And I wish you the best. Thank you so much. Namaste.
We at Wellness Plus specialize in all things health and wellness, ranging from yoga and fitness to massage and ASMR. Whether you are looking to target specific areas of tension or want to enhance your general self-care routine, we provide the tools you need to feel better, look better, and live better. We have courses for every level, whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro. Our courses provide a wide range in difficulty to accommodate your evolving flow.
Welcome back to Yoga with Jess. We are going to break down some really essential postures.
We are going to rock out with some of the most essential ab exercises that you need to have the abs that you've always dreamed of.
I've blended techniques to help you connect with students, and you can be a rock star teacher.
Wellness Plus is available on your phone, tablet, or TV. Join Wellness Plus today and get your first 7 days free.